What up, world? I wanted to do this video on why I believe teens, um, why I believe teens out here in the world, why you guys should be worried about dating. I believe if you guys are gonna do anything, you know, protect yourself, play the field, have fun, get out here, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy your life first and foremost. Don't get hung up on any guy, female out there, no matter how good it may seem. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, you just growing up, you just budding, and you starting to get a little bit of freedom, and you realize you can get away with this, and realize you can get away with that, and you know what I'm saying. And so you meet somebody else that got just as much freedom as you, and then y'all start bonding and feeling like y'all got some kind of special thing because y'all can sneak off or do this or whatever the reason may be. But most of the time, the reason is broken home syndrome, and most teens when they get in a relationship, and I want to say around 16, 17, because of the way technology is, it really starts, way younger than that because of technology. But we're going to say when things really break free, 16, 17. So if the parents, or if they live in a broken home, which the male, the mom and dad isn't home or isn't there, whichever parent that they don't have, especially if they're not communicating with the child, or the child isn't communicating with the parent that has left the home on a regular basis, what will then occur is when they get older, they will then look for that lost parent in the person that they date. So it don't matter male or female. Males will look for mothers or fathers within the mothers, or whatever the case may be, within the person that they date, if that person is missing. They will be looking for that from them. This can make a lot of relationships difficult or harder to deal with. But most of the time, that's what it is. And then you have to put up with a lot of flack for that parent not being there in that, person or child, teen, coming to age, not really knowing the other part of themselves. Um, let's see. Now, when it get into relationships, and another reason for not doing this is you're young and you haven't experienced anything yet. You haven't experienced nothing. So experiencing and learning people first, and that's really what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing the field and you're just out, enjoying life. You're not trying to settle down with nobody, be with nobody. Yeah, things may happen, but protect yourself. But for the most part, you're just learning people. You're seeing what's out there. You're learning what you want, what you don't want. You know what I'm saying? And so much more. I mean, and this is the period of time where you can make mistakes. What mistakes? I can't really say that because they didn't shut things down on making mistakes. You make a mistake, it's gonna take you like 4 or 5 years to crawl out of that. But this is around the period of time where you can make mistakes because you're young and dumb, and really learn from them. Whereas if you settle into a relationship at a young age and you get all caught up and that whole drama starts, you can end up in that drama for 4 or 5 years, or you can get into the relationship and realize that, oh, I'm not ready to settle down, or I'm with her or I'm with him, but I'm with this person over here too, and ain't no need for all of that. There's no point. There's no need for all of that when you can just play the field, be open with the people, let them know, and let them make that decision whether or not they're young and they want to go date and settle down, this, that, and the other. Because when you think about settling down, dang, you might as well just when you settle down with someone, you settle in to some kids. That's like that follows a pair of getting together. You know what I'm saying? Because God forbid that she late picking up the birth control pills, or God forbid that the condom break and y'all have a baby, or y'all just, or the old pull out method. I'm gonna pull out and there you go. Um, it's only a matter of time. Simple as that. Two people can't be together and not pop out some kids unless something is wrong with his or her genital region. um, Another reason why when a person hits about a good time to start dating, as I would say, would be about 30. 30 is a good time to date. By then, you would have met people, you would have hung out, you would have seen things, you wouldn't have been tied down, you wouldn't have had to have confusion in your life. Now, at this point, you should pretty much know what you're going for. And then, at this point, really start dating. The hormones would have calmed down. So, when a female gets with a young guy, put this right out there. Female gets with a young guy, hormones is out there, is raging. You know what I'm saying? This can be, depending on the male, this can be like a incredible calling, an uncontrollable calling. That being a young male, not knowing anything about Egyptians and the temple, the body, and all of that stuff, just fall right through with it. I'm just getting into learning these things, but they just fall right through with it. And that means you're not going to be able to sway his decision at all. You know what I'm saying? As much as he wants to, unless you giving it up all the time, because when young male is up, it's up, it's up, it's up. It's not until they start they 30 the hormones calm down to where you can say it's a balanced occasion to maybe it's twice a day. You know what I'm saying? From if y'all young around 16, 17, you know what I'm saying, y'all getting together, I'm pretty sure y'all can go all day long to the next day to the next day. After you hit about 30, you done been through some things, all that ain't necessary. It don't even matter, but you still get the job done great. Now, um, and you know what you're doing for one. And you know who you're doing it with because you with that person all the time. Y'all can explore more, y'all can go further, y'all can do things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can explore while you play in the field, but I mean, that some of that stuff really involve the loss of protection, and that ain't safe. So I guess unless you got that friend that you close to, which you might as well say that you with, but y'all got that special little thing. I'm gonna put the bunny ears up there. But during that period of time, when they hit 30, you got a female has the better sway on getting him to stay focused on the task at hand, which is being with her and staying with her and loving her. And every piece of booty that walked past him isn't going to affect him the same way because he would have seen some things, he would have been through some things, just like a female. By the time, females I believe they go through a lot more than men do, a lot sooner in their life. So, and quicker. So I feel like, a female at a younger age, of course, is going to also, um, probably around 26, 27, she probably is going to be at the point where she would have been through enough bullshit to know a real man when she see one, or at least be able to feel one out. And the conversation is going to be on a deeper level. It's not going to be some old about rims or clothes and all these things that don't matter. Um, Also, women out there in the world right now, avoid, what I'm saying, you young, avoid dating older men. Stay away from that. I understand that women are more advanced, they're, what I'm saying, more mature at a certain point, but that's dangerous because men, in when it comes to their sexual appetites, take a young one and turn them out due to the fact that they know that they're ignorant, but yet they're looking for a certain level of maturity, and that's why they're attracted to older gentlemen. And I mean, let's see. And I mean, I understand it may be difficult, out there finding a guy, okay, around your age are closer to your age, that's gonna do the trick. But really, sometimes women you gotta raise them, you gotta teach them, you gotta show them. So he may have a few points down, but it may be something that you can change or you can deal with that you just have to show him. But I mean, that's on a whole nother spectrum. Put it like this. Now back to the point where you actually, because I'm talking about dating. If you had to do something where you were dating somebody at a young age, which I don't really agree with or promote, because it only leads to kids. Now, um, if you want to, when the whole hitting the older age thing and settling down, y'all on the same wavelength now. You in the same boat. Y'all you got your understandings. Y'all know what y'all like, what you don't like. You know what you willing to deal with, what you're not willing to deal with. So when you get with this person, the conversation right off the bat should be straight out. This is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Let it be all hang out right at the beginning. Let that all hang out at the beginning. Let that person, y'all go back and forth. And if for any reason that any one of these things are too big or too much to deal with, cancel it. Just cancel it. Just go ahead and call it quits, because that's going to be the thing that's going to agonize and going to break the relationship eventually at one point or another. The only thing that you put up with is the little bitty tidbit thing that you can deal with from a person at this point. I mean, you don't like socks being left on the floor, but he leaves them on the floor anyway, but whatever, you get over it. That's something you're willing to deal with. Little tidbit things. If it's major things like he don't like to go down, or she don't like to go down, or they don't like certain positions and different things like that at the age, what I'm saying, that you at, you call it quits. Just cancel it. Call it quits. And you don't have to worry about not looking good, because at the age of 30 you still look good. You know what I'm saying? And you have your grown man, grown woman weight on you. And if you keep it toned, you keep it cut, then you good. Which I got another video that talks about that and how to stay in shape. I mean, without even really working out, but you should on at least a lower level workout, even if you just doing a few push-ups here and there just to stay. But most young people stay active anyway. But the food, it really comes down to the food. And I got like I said, a food video that talks about that. So I think that's the gist of it for the most part on why young teens and love is a really bad mixture. The raging hormones, and like I said, females the same way. The raging hormones. Y'all ain't, young, you ain't seen nothing. Ain't no point in be settling down. Young, you ain't seen nothing. There's no point for that. See the world. Get smart. Get real smart. Um, Peace.